Welcome to this week's Q&A. We've got a question this week from one of our viewers in Paris, and his question is in relation to potentially selling his 2 investment properties. So this viewer has 2 investment properties in Australia. He's an Australian expat living and working in Paris, and he's finding difficulty with the increase in monthly repayments due to the increases they've been seeing in the official cash rate, and that being passed on by the banks in terms of mortgage repayments. So, great question. You know, we're getting a lot of questions around this obviously at the moment, with a lot of people feeling the pinch in relation to having their monthly repayments increasing virtually every month as the rates are being passed on by the banks. So, very, very relevant. However, as I said to this gentleman when we then arranged a Zoom, it's important to have a look at things in the right context. And I asked the question as to, you know, why did you buy these properties in the first place? Because he'd owned them for quite some time. And clearly it was trying to increase the couple's net asset base, increase their wealth. And I said, look, has anything changed? And he said, well, no, we'd still like to keep these properties and continue on with this, but it's just that, you know, we're struggling with the amount we have to repay now with the higher interest rates. So I said, well, look, let's have a look at things, because we may actually be able to help you in another manner, and that is by simply looking at how to reorchestrate your cash flows. So can we potentially re-originate these loans with the same bank that you're with, and again reset a new 30-year term? So that's in relation to a principal and interest repayment, but then perhaps let's look at doing it for 1 or 2 years interest only to further reduce those monthly repayments. And that's something that this viewer had not thought about, yet it makes a lot of sense, because as we all know, property investments are pretty lumpy. So if you're buying a property, you're paying a lot of money in stamp duty, so that's a significant cost, and you don't necessarily want to waste that by selling a property simply because you think you have to. And the second thing, of course, is when you sell a property, you also incur substantial cost, and you will probably, certainly in this instance, incur a substantial capital gains tax amount, because there's been a great deal of profit already embedded in these 2 properties that this viewer owns. So lots of things to consider, and potentially you can get a far better outcome, not pay any capital gains tax because you don't have to dispose of the properties, reduce your monthly repayments, and enable yourself to keep these assets, because the rentals have gone up significantly. So, you know, lots of things happening. It's all very dynamic, and we can potentially help people just by simply thinking about things a bit differently. So look, if this is of interest to you, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click like. And also, if you're in a similar situation, or perhaps you're wondering what to do, then by all means don't hesitate to reach out, email us or call us, and we'll have someone contact you about your own personal circumstances. I'm Andrew Unterweger, and I'll see you at next week's Q&A.